Talladega and Alabama. That's enough said. It's the NR2003. On pole for today's race is Jake Galloway in the 11, who's outside the 28 of Jonathan Buford. Then 30 of James Curligan, 4th John West, rounding out the top 5 Michael Ferris. Then Justin Ethan 6th, 7th Jose Fernandez, Gatlin Downey in 8th, Eli Bright 9th, and Alex Stewart rounds out the top 10. Then for the rest of you, got Wyatt Walker, who's outside Jason Larker. They have Patrick Smith and Juan Garcia, Hunter Powers and Jim Gambit. Then Joe Sandrovich and Marco Chapez, Colton Yo and then Tim Randolph, Steve Larker and then Christian Parker, along with Adam McDowell and Steve Morgan. Then Max Anderson and Roland Emmerich, Alexander Rowan, then Code Luigi, Luke Rainey and Jay Jefferson, then Jennifer Buford and Joe Jefferson, your points leader, along with Marcus Sachi and John Gambit, Michael Standards and Justin Zidell, then TJ Hanley and Jonathan Rains, Levi Shones and Isaac Nichols, and rounding out the field, final row, Jeff Brent in the 5-2s outside the 87 Roland Cook will start the race in 42nd position. However, that means nothing here at Talladega. You go from last to first in about 3, 4, 5 laps. Galloway on pole. Let's go to that track side and get the command to fire the engines.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Settle in, relax, take a deep breath. It's a long, hard race. Gotta pace yourself.
And the field rolls off the starting grid, 42 cars. As Jake Galloway will start on the front row with Jonathan Buford, who's outside. The NR2003 at Talladega. It's been one of the wildest races in the Target Series season. We've seen 3, 4, even 5 wide moments. But normally the 5 wide moments do not turn out well. The big one lurks around every corner here at Talladega as it's a pack racing. All 42 cars will be in this pack at some point, stacked up, and there'll be battles for the lead every single lap. So it's going to be an interesting start of the race here as the pace car will dive down to the apron and unleash the field. Galloway, Buford, rearing to go. 17 laps around Talladega, 2.66 miles. The start-finish line, not in the middle of the tri-oval, it's down past it, down towards turn 1. That shapes up for a lot of great finishes if you can make a move in the tri-oval. Here we come. Galloway with DeCurligan behind him. Jonathan Buford with John West behind him. They come down into the restart zone. We're green flag racing at Talladega. Galloway steps on the gas, and we're racing in the NR2003 at Talladega. Already have cars making moves out of lane to go 3 and 4 wide. They come down the backstretch, still side by side. Jonathan Buford, the great push on the outside lane right here. John West tucked up tight underneath that 28's back bumper and cannot push him clear of the 11, but pretty close. Now here comes Galloway's teammate Michael Ferris. This could be some great help here. 2 Toyotas lined up on the bottom lane. And the 01 was not giving the 11 the push he needed to try and get clear of the 28. Now Jonathan Buford has no help. As they're 4 wide in the pack already, off of 4. Just getting up to full speed now as they come down into the tri-oval. They're going to go 4 wide for the race lead, lap 1. Jose Fernandez being pushed by Eli Bright to the stripe. Lap 1 going to be led by Fernandez by a nose, I believe, at the stripe leads. And a 4 wide photo finish to the stripe. No, he didn't. I believe maybe Galloway then. From the pole, Jake Galloway leads lap 1. And they're already stacked up 4 wide. Fernandez and Eli Bright get pushed clear as they come down the backstretch. Now Hunter Powers for the second position, the 14. Already shuffling in the middle of the pack. Oh man, look at that already. 3 and 4 wide, rubbing on each other in the pack. Eli, tucked up underneath that 22 car, gets clear. And now looking for that race lead. Now front 3 get clear. Front 4. Front of the field spreading up just a little bit right here. But the restrict plates get everyone back up in this draft. Your points leader, Joe Jefferson, in the middle of a 4 wide back there. You can see that Monster Energy Chevrolet. Here comes Hunter Powers once again for a second. This time is a better run. He might keep it underneath that 88. So they hit turn 1. He does keep it down there. And Hunter Powers going to try and get second. It's the front 3 pull away. Gatlin Downey, the 52, however, is coming around. He might get to third right here. There's a big push from the 82 of Alexander Rose. They come down the backstretch. Jay Jefferson, the 1. Wyatt Walker is Rose's teammate. So does he possibly make a 3-wide move to try and get behind him? Downey has a big push, but here comes the 82 to the bottom lane. Alexander Rowe 3 wide for second. Jose Fernandez doing a great job out front. Those Penske cars have always been great in the Target Series at these short circuit weight tracks, and today looks no different, but he has some hungry drivers behind him. Here comes Jay Jefferson, the 1. Trying everything he can. Stays a little bit to the middle lane. Now moves down in front of the 7 of Isaac Nichols, who's having a run up towards the front. Jay Jefferson will move to second. The 82 trying that outside lane of Alexander. Here comes Isaac Nichols in the 7. He'll get forced 4 wide by Jonathan Rains in the 9. Yeah, Rains doing a great job down there. He has TJ Hanley behind him. Hanley's been on charge lately in the Target Series, trying to get back up and to chase contention. He has Code Luigi behind him. Here comes Jefferson for the race lead down the backstretch. He doesn't have the help that he needs, but look at the push that the 32 is giving to the 44. Code Luigi will take that run for himself. He goes 3 wide underneath that 44 car, and Jefferson keeps it beside the 22. We have a battle for the race lead. Getting a little dicey back there in the middle of the pack. Almost going 5 wide. They come off of turn 4. Jay Jefferson leading the field around Talladega. But so many cars have a shot behind him. Here comes Code Luigi in the 32. Marcus Sachi in the 6-6 will go with that 32 car. Justin Seidel in the 6. There's John Speedford started outside the front row. He's back down to the inside lane, inside the top 10, as Code Luigi leads that lap. Sachi will get forced 4 wide for second, as Justin Seidel in the 6 is coming, and the 32 pulls away just a little bit. That's what you want as the racer. You want to see them go 4 wide behind you and try and pull away, but 6 with a good push from John Speedford gets clear. Down the backstretch they come. Look at that pack from head on. My word, how big it is. Comes Joe Sandrovich in the 20, making a move. As they battle for a second, Jonathan Buford stays underneath that 6 car. Man, that pack, I don't know how long they're going to be able to last like this, but man, some great racing. Here comes Joe Sandrovich in the 20 now. He's going for a second, showing his muscle. Roland Cook in the 87, his pusher. There's Jennifer Buford up there in the point standings, trying to close in on the 30 of Joe Jefferson. There they go, possibly! Oh, there goes the 4. Where's the 19 come up? There he goes into the pack. And we got a huge crash. The 44 of Hanley's upside down. Hanley flips down onto the apron, and the yellow will come out, and a big one. They're racing back here. Code Luigi has the race lead. Yeah, that was kind of a bonehead move right there by Juan Garcia. It's not let off. He actually just came up right into the middle of the pack. Luigi has a huge lead over Roland Cook and the others, but here they come in the draft, trying to gain back on. As they come to 11 to go, the yellow has come out. They're battling for every spot behind. Here comes Sanders for second. As they come down into the tri-oval, Code Luigi will lead the field back to the stripe. Second might be Roland Cook in the A7. He has a good run up top. I believe he beats the 60 back to the stripe. So caution number 1 at Talladega, the big one. As some cars go upside down, Hanley drives the car away, surprisingly. That car was upside down, flipping. Garcia's teammate was the one that merged into the pack. John Gam has damage. Steve Morgan, Alexander Rowe, Jeff Wright, Max Anderson, Tim Randolph. There's Luke Rainey, Jason Larker, Isaac Nichols, Steve Larker. McDowell might have damage. DeCurligan has some rear end damage. Colton Yo. There's Alex Stewart as well. Caution number 1 here at Talladega. Let's see how this happened. First, we'll go look at the accident between the 19 and the 4, then the big one as the 19 merged into the pack going into turn 1. This really reminds me of the wreck we had in the Cup Series race last season during the chase, where they got 5 wide just a little bit in the tri-oval, and then some cars made contact, and they went down to the apron and they saved it, but then they hooked trying to get back up onto the track. Right there, the 4 of Larker hooks into the 19 of Garcia, and Garcia spins the 4 down to the apron. This is almost a copy of what happened. Look at the 4 get shot down to the inside wall. He's going to hit that inside wall pretty hard. And then Juan Garcia comes up into the pack. It's Luke Rainey and the others right here. 70, 33. 1 just missed it. The 22 just missed it. Then Hanley up off the ground, and he goes up and over. There's Jeff Bright involved. And McDowell just got on the brakes. I don't know if he missed it or what. And then Hanley goes down the racetrack and flips once it hits the apron. Luckily, it lands back on all 4s, and he drives the car away. I don't think that car is going to be in the race anymore, though. He has some pretty heavy damage, but he drives it back to pit road. And you see right there, the car's down low. That 4 must hit that inside wall pretty hard, but he had some more damage. I believe he might have ran into someone else. One car they see that did a great job right there is Eli Bright, the 88. Oh, did they wreck up ahead, possibly, I think? Someone got spun out coming off of 2. Oh, right there. Yeah. Oh, Colton Yale ran to the back of the 1 of James DeCurligan. Kind of spun him, but DeCurligan saved it. How's the 4 now? Jason Larker didn't have that much damage, and they got a ton of damage to the front, and I believe he might have run some of those guys. Let's see how hard he hits this inside wall, though. Luckily, it's passenger side, not driver's side. Right there. It's a pretty good hit, but it's not too bad. It's a lot worse, or it's a lot better than it could have been. Right here, Larker then gets it going, and he gets some pretty heavy damage to the front end of his car. possibly trying to get through the accident. He's on the apron. He's staying on the apron. Possibly just runs into some of these guys. Oh, yeah, he just ran right into Luke Rainey. That actually takes Rainey out of the race as well. So he had oh, wow. Yeah, pretty hard hit there. Let's go on board with a few drivers. First, Jeff Bright in the 5 is on board. His car is all demolished. He's possibly done from this race. Here with, lap 6 he's possibly out. Hanley's no stranger to being in the air here at Talladega. He was in the air, what was it, season 2 in the Target Series. He's in the air once again, this time up and over. And it flips right back over once it gets down right there. So this takes like a part of the season where you're starting to do well and you're gaining positions and points. Now you get involved in the big one and you're possibly going to lose some positions and points trying to keep it in that chase spot. So once again, this is a very disastrous stretch of the schedule for these drivers. Luigi in the 32 led the field back to the stripe. He stays out on the racetrack, and Luigi he's on pit road though with an issue. Man, this Target Series, it's just not the playground for Luigi. Something usually goes wrong and there's an issue to the 32. Hopefully he can get out on the racetrack and not lose a lap. Hopefully stay on the racetrack and try and just restart the back, although he's going to have some damaged cars they would have to get around, so that could be a problem for him. So this leaves the race lead now with Roland Cook in the 87. He'll lead us back to the green flag. Luigi back out and away, so there's an issue to the 32. Hopefully that doesn't affect the car or whatnot. He was going to be in the race lead. Now he's got to restart behind the damaged cars. He might lose the draft. It's gone from good to bad for Luigi in the 32. Hopefully get back up into the pack. Roland Cook has the race lead. He'll lead us back to the green flag now. 7 laps to go and we get the restart. Roland Cook, the 87, the one out front. From that crash, John Gant retires along with TJ Henley, Luke Rainey, Juan Garcia, Jason Larker, then Steve Morgan, Alexander Rowe, Jeff Bright, and the 04 of Max Anderson. There are 33 cars on the lead lap. Luigi was your race there. Remember, he came down pit road with an unknown issue. We'll get an update on that possibly later in the race or after the race. So Roland Cook in the A7 will restart out front. Michael Sanders in 2nd. Levi Schoen's 3rd. Marco Chepez 4th. Justin Eath 5th. Then Michael Ferris in 6th. Jonathan Beeford 7th. Jose George in 8th, Jake Galloway 9th. Jay Jefferson rounds out the top 10. Your points there. Joe Jefferson restarts in the 20th position. There's Luigi all the way at the back of the pack behind some of these damaged cars. Maybe try and get around the outside. Green flag back in the air. We're back racing at Talladega. Sanders gets a pretty good restart there. Going high on Roland Cook. Cook having troubles getting through the gears. And Sanders got a pretty good restart though, but the outside's not the place to be. Levi Schultz will take advantage and get to the 2nd position. Justin Eath on the 23 as well, going to go for 3rd. As they accordion together as they come down the backstretch. It's like a spring compressing. Look at this, Schoen's looking for the race lead down the backstretch. Has a huge run. As the 18 Michael Ferris going to be his pusher down low. Ferris going to push that 15 by the A7 possibly. Levi Schoen's leading at Talladega. Comes Michael Ferris in the 18. Can he make a move? Last car in this pack, Joe Jefferson, the 30-year points leader. Possibly some of the other guys going to try and get caught up. So Michael Ferris now going to go for the race lead. He has Jay Jefferson behind him pushing. Now Jefferson looks low in the number 1. Here he comes. Justin Zidell in the 6. Where's the 32 Luigi at? See how progress he's made. It's not good. He's stuck behind some of these damaged cars. He can't go. There's cars just off pace. Maybe something happened under caution to maybe the motor or something. Look at down the backstretch how they're shuffling out of line 3 wide. Jay Jefferson is leading, but here comes Justin Zidell on the 6. He's gotten clear. He might have a bid for the 1. No, Jose Fernandez gets to the bottom lane. Wyatt Walker, his pusher. Joe Jefferson, the 30, just on the tail end of this field. Maybe that car's just not up to speed here. He's going to have to hope he can stay with that draft. Wyatt Walker in the A1 will take advantage. He'll get to 2nd as they come down to 5 laps to go. If the yellow comes out, the race is over, and Walker's going for the race lead. Jonathan Beaver in the 28. There's Roland Emmerich in the 51. Christian Parker in the 40. Jonathan Rains in the 9. Jake Galloway in the 11 as well is on the bottom lane. Remember, he started on pole. Eli Brand in the 88 on the bottom lane, trying to win one at Talladega. Jefferson's getting caught back up now. Luigi's gotten around some of those damaged cars, but it's too late. He's not going to be able to get caught up. And look at that. Was that the 6-2 jump? Before making a move to the middle, that was an outstanding move. 2 cars pull away. Wyatt Walker's been pushed clear by Jonathan Buford. Those two going to try and run away and try and sell it between themselves. There's no such thing like that at Talladega. Unless you get lap cars. But, man, oh man, these guys will gain. They're in a bigger pack. They have a bigger draft. 40 Christian Parker using that draft to get clear than 9. He has a huge run coming to those front two. Here he comes. Parker in the 40. Marcus Yepez makes a move down to the bottom lane. Now Marcus Sachi and Joe Jefferson have both kind of fallen out of the pack. Maybe they're waiting for a big one or something to happen, but those front 5 have gotten clear. They're trying to run away single file. Parker going to look for the second position. Jonathan Rains going to look 3 wide for the second position. Rains did not go with the 40. It's going to hurt him. He won't be able to make that pass. Parker will make it, though, in the 40. Some of those guys using the high lane. Look at Marcus Yepez and Michael Sanders using the high lane. I don't know if that's a strategy-based call or what, but they're up high. Something I haven't really seen at Talladega. Roland Cook all over the place trying to block runs. Marcus Yepez still using the high lane. Sanders has a huge run the 60. And they're at a stalemate right now for a second as they come to 3 laps to go. Basically, the whole pack is here now. Joe Jefferson's still trying to get caught up. I don't know what's wrong with that 30 car, but it's just not sucking up in that draft. That 40 is not too fast, I don't think. Because that 28's using... Wow, look at the 23 getting a push from that 20. He's going to get right to the back bumper of that 60. And Michael Sanders, who made it 3 wide, he wants to get out from behind that 40 because Parker does not look like that car is too good out in front. Wyatt Walker trying to hold on for about 2 more laps. Just over 2 laps left. Can anyone behind try and run him down? Michael Sanders, Justin Heath, Joe Sandrovich, all going to try and do it. Sanders has to come down right here and cover the spot from Justin Heath. He does do that. He has to have someone behind him. They can't be bound for a second, or else Wyatt Walker will get away and win this race. Whoa, some close racing back there with now 2 laps to go. Jay Jefferson, Eli Bright trying to emerge from the pack as 3 cars get clear and pull away. Can Justin Heath push Sanders around the 81 Wyatt Walker? They'll come off of 2. This time, down the backstretch. Here comes Justin Heath for second. Michael Sanders stays up in line, trying to use the draft of the 81 to stay clear. But Heath might have too big of a run. Jay Jefferson the 1 because they're getting single foul. Here he comes. He's going to go to the outside lane. Can he get back down line and have a shot this win? They're coming to see the white flag. Wyatt Walker has gotten out front. No one's been able to pass him. But it's all going to come down to this final 2.66 miles. Michael Ferris into position. Here he is up to 4th. They come into the tri-oval. White flag is waving. One more time around Talladega as they battle for 3rd. That's not what Michael Sanders needs. He needs someone behind him to help him. Heath stays clear for now. They race through 1 and 2. Up front, trying to do anything they can to get out of this single file for him. Down the backstretch. Justin Heath trying to push that 60, but the 18 moves to the bottom lane, slowing the 23 down. This might be Wyatt Walker's day. Lap car Alex Stewart, but they will not catch him. Into 3 and 4. Can Sanders make a move somehow? This might be the A1 of Wyatt Walker's day as they hit 3 and 4 for the final time. Off of 4 they come. Sanders has no run off of 4. Wyatt Walker gets out front and he is dominated. The 81 car to victory lane at Talladega. No one is able to get by him. Wyatt Walker wins the NR2003 at Talladega. Wyatt Walker, when that car got out front, he said see ya, and no one was able to pass him. They could not team up behind. Wyatt Walker wins at Talladega. Let's go check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the NR2003 at Talladega. There are 2 caution flags, 4 left. I don't know what that second caution was for. And you have 6 lead changes among 7 different drivers. Wyatt Walker leading the most laps of 5 to get to victory lane. Second was Michael Sanders in the 60. Third, Michael Ferris. 4th, Eli Bright. Roland Cook from the 42nd starting position up to 5th. Then Joe Sandrovich in 6th. Jose Fernandez 7th. Justin Heath 8th. Jay Jefferson 9th. John West rounding out the top 10. There's your top 20. Jake Galloway, your pole starting's up 17th. Just as we said, starting means nothing at Talladega, as there's a lot of shuffling around the pack. Now look down 21st to 40th. As 33 cars finished the race and on the lead lap, you have to feel for Coluigi in the 32, who was leading the race on the restart and had an issue before the restart even happened. He was leading the race under caution. had an issue from the race lead, falls down to 33rd on the restart, gets up to 25th, but obviously not what he wanted. Your points there, Joe Jefferson's up 23rd. That car was obviously not great all day long. Now let's go look at the point standings. We're about halfway through the season. Here are the points. And Joe Jefferson still at that points lead, but it's closing in. Jeff Buford in the 62 with another good run, up to second in points. Joe Sandrovich now up to third. Where did he come from? Cole Luigi is fourth. Eli Bright is fifth. They have Jonathan Buford in sixth. Jose Fernandez seventh. Jim Game at eighth. Steve Morgan ninth. Roland Cook running up the top 10. So there's your top 20. Looking for Wyatt Walker. I just don't see him in the top 20 though. So obviously he was a little bit lower in points than where he would have wanted to be, and hopefully this win can kind of catapult him inside the top 30 and have a shot at the chase. See, 21st to 4th. We were talking about how TJ Henley was having a great season. Well, he wasn't having a great season. He was having a great rebound before this race. Now he falls down to 24th in the points. Jeff Bryce not had a great season. He doesn't have a top 5, only one top 10, down to 22nd in points. Wyatt Walker does get up to the top 30 in points, up to 29th, but he's barely above, as Tim Randolph also has a win, and he is tied with Justin Zeidel for the cutoff spot. Adam McDowell is also just above, and just below Alexander Rowe has 2 wins. So man, oh man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers fighting. If Alexander Rowe gets in, he definitely gets a spot. He has 2 wins. Justin Zeidel, Tim Randolph, Wyatt Walker, and McDowell trying to decide their spots for themselves as well. Look down the rest. Luke Green has a win, but man, I mean, so far back, I don't know if he's going to have a shot at the top 30 in points. So the next race will be another restrictor plate track, the Samsung 250 at Daytona. See you guys then.